Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Behind me here is going to be this week's video. It's going to be all about installing a couple of hour meters. And I would have liked to be able to film this, but you know what? It was so hard to get in there to actually do the job of installation. But what I can do is I can show you what it looks like after, and that'll give you a good idea of how these things all go together. And then I'm going to show you an interesting app on my phone that I think everybody will enjoy if you like to maintain your vehicles or equipment and like to get a reminder on your phone when it's due. So let's go over to the bench here. Let's take a look. I got my generator here that I attach the hour meter to, and I got my post hole auger that I showed before, and that's a 2-stroke. This is a 4-stroke, and let's get to it right now. Okay, so I got a bright light in here now, and you can see there's the metal shield over top of the spark plug, and you can see at the end there I got 5 wraps of that wire going around, and then a couple of zip ties that come with it, and I just follow it down, and there it is right there. So I've been running this 1.1 hours. And the break-in on this is only 25 hours, change the oil, and then after that, it's every 100 hours. So I decided to put it on the inside of the cover here. Because you know what? The yellow cap there, that's for changing your oil in there. And this is exactly where I need to know where the hour meter should go. So I decided not to stick it on the outside somewhere because, well, I actually do check my oil every once in a while on machines, and I'll be able to tell exactly how many hours till the next oil change. So let's go on to the post hole auger, and let's see what I done there because it's a little bit different. Okay, so here's the post hole auger power head, and this particular piece of equipment needs to have the auger gearbox actually oil changed every 50 hours. So if we just take a look, you can see the blue in there. Okay, so I'm going to take it out of this crate that I made to store this, and it worked fantastic. Now I started both these machines up at the exact same time, 1.1 hours. This one here should show 1.1 hours. And let's take a look and see how I actually installed the hour meter on this 2-stroke. Okay, so this was the gearbox that I was talking about here. You have to change the oil on this. So you can see here it is right here, 1.1 hours. And all I did was I put some 2-sided tape, sticky tape here. I stuck it on, drilled a couple of holes through, then I put some sheet metal screws through and held it on there. And if you take a look right here, if you take a look at the wire just has to be slid into this slot that goes right across the whole back, and you just push it in and that's it. And then we get up towards the spark plug here, you can see the exact same thing. Is you put 5 twists on there, it comes with a couple of zip ties, and that's it. It's that easy. Now you notice that when you pull your spark plug out, well, you got to make sure you leave a little bit of extra room, right? And that's what I done here, is I left this bit here extra room so that when I pull the plug out, well, you're not pulling on the wire, right? So these are quite accurate, and I'll tell you something, they're well worth the investment. I paid $10 each. You can search wherever it is that you search on, whether it's, you know, just hour meters. You can search all your different websites, you know, like Amazon or wherever you shop. You know, I bought these on Amazon for just over $10 each plus tax. And if you're thinking, okay, so there's a battery in here, right? Yeah, so I have one on my genset up at my camp, and it's been there for 7 years, and that battery hasn't gone dead yet. So I'm thinking, I don't know how long these last, but I've got 7 years out of the first one I installed. And you know, they're so easy to replace anyways, but I don't know how many years I'm going to get out of them, but I thought it was just terrific. And it maintains the hours, you know, when it's not in use. and it just carries on. And I can't believe, like, minus 30 degrees up my camp, and this thing still goes. Now, they come in different colors. They all have different brand names, so I don't bother putting any links down below because it could be, you name it, all kinds of different brand names. I just go by the best price, and this is the one that I got. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a terrific app that I use for all my maintenance, and I think it'd be a great app for you as well. And guess what? It's free. Okay, so that's my cell phone right there, and if you take a look, this is what it's called right here. It's called Acar. Now you can't see it too well because the cloud is covering the white lettering, but it says Fuelie. You can take a look at it. So we'll just go to the app here itself, and that's what it's called, Acar. And if I just take a look here, you see all them different items there? Like, that's my generator, ATV, my drone, when to charge it back up. There's a schedule for that, when to keep it charged, like the batteries. F-150, Generac generator, Kubota tractor, Makita compressor, when to change the oil, MTD lawn tractor, recharge my booster packs for boosting 12-volt batteries, my Silverado pickup, the Taz post-hole auger, and my Toro lawnmower. Now, that's just the items there, and if we just take a look here, you can put in all your maintenance that you need. It will remind you, it'll send you a reminder. I mean, I really can't go through the whole app and explain everything, but I tell you, it's a free app, and it's called Acar, and it's an Android on your Google Play Store, and just search for it, and it's an awesome app. And like I say, I can record all this stuff, and I go by hours, or I go by mileage, or I go by time. It is a terrific app to remind you when to get your services done on time. Well, thanks for joining me here today. If you haven't seen this channel before, you're welcome to subscribe. And the only thing I would say is, I don't have that good of a memory to remember, you know, exactly when all the pieces of equipment that I've showed you on that Acar app, you know, to remember all the schedules and, you know, all the maintenance required and fluid changes and everything else. But with the help of the app, well, it sure is helpful because it'll send me a notification to my phone. The old days, yeah, I used to write everything down in a logbook, and then you have to constantly look at the logbook to make sure that, you know, that you haven't went past the time or the hours, or, you know. So I think it's a great app to, you know, to have for free. And I got no affiliation with any apps, just in case somebody asks. But these are all ready to go this year. You're going to see the post-hole auger in action, and maybe this too up at the camp. So come back again, and you know what? Keep having fun, because I am too. Cheers.